guys, welcome to my channel, or if you guys are new to my channel, my name is Alison and welcome. So for today's video, I'll be showing you guys what I've been loving in this month in June, and if you guys are interested what are the items that I've been loving, or if you guys are interested in monthly favorite video, make sure you guys subscribe down below, click that ring bell button so that you get notification whenever I upload a video on my channel. I have 3 makeup items this month that I've been loving. First of all, this is the oldie but goodie. I mentioned this in my favorite video, I believe last year when KKW Beauty launched. And this is their concealer. I got this in the shade number 4. And I also put this in my project pan video. If you guys haven't checked that out, I'm gonna link it up here. So because this year I am again in a no buy, low buy situation, and I'm trying to use up a lot of my makeup items and purchase a lot less than what I used to. Don't get me wrong, I still purchase new makeup item because I do want to try out something new in the market. I'm still in love with makeup. I still love experience with new makeup. That's why I'm still purchasing new makeup, but not as much as I used to. And I feel like because of the low buy no buy and also my project pan video, I put it up on my channel, it helps me to finish up a lot of the makeup. And I feel like this year is the year that I have finished a lot of beauty products because of the project that I'm doing right now. So with that being said, I did enjoy using this KKW Beauty concealer. I am very proud to say it's almost all gone. There's just a little in the bottom that I don't know how to get the products out, but I have to say this is so far the second best concealer that I've used, I have to say. So I've been using this for a few months now, and I did use this every single day. I enjoy using it because it does give me a very nice medium coverage, and it doesn't emphasize my line underneath the eye. It doesn't emphasize anything. It just looks very smooth, and I do like the formula on this. It's not heavy at all, and it stayed put very well throughout the whole day. That's why I've been enjoying using it. So on the inside, this is what it looks like. It does come in the spatula, and there's only, I would say, 4.6 gram of the item in this tube. There's not much, I have to say, but I do like the spatula here. It does grab a lot of the product. You don't have to go back in and dip it again. I usually just dip once, and it did cover up the both of my eyes, and this is what the color it looks like. It does kind of oxidize a little bit, so you guys have to be aware of that, but the shade number 4 right now, it just matched my skin tone perfectly. So next item that I'm gonna mention is something that I've been testing out for a few months now, but I haven't mentioned it on my channel, but you guys might see me using it on a foundation review videos. So this is an e.l.f. sponge that I've been loving lately, and sorry guys, this is dirty one because I just use it to apply my foundation on, but I really like this sponge, so I got a new one so you guys can see what it looks like. This is just a very affordable sponge. It's about $5, I believe, in the drugstore in Target. It might be cheaper in Walmart, but I like the shape of the sponge. It does have a flat shape on this side, and it just gives me a very quick access to apply my foundation over my face instead of having that small little flat side. I feel like having the flat side of the sponge, it just helps me apply my foundation a lot quicker than having a round side. It's just my own preference. And then on the tip, I just like to use it to apply my concealer, and after that I will use the flat side again to apply my setting powder. I have to say I really like this. I have been using this for a few months now. I just have to test it out and make sure I really like it to recommend you guys. So this one, I feel like it's different than the Morphe sponge that I used to like. The Morphe sponge, I have a lot of backup actually, because when I love something, I don't like to run out of stuff that when I need it right away. And I feel like I'm the person that I always like to have a backup item so that I don't run out of something that I like. So this is the Morphe one that I used to purchase. This is the Highlight and Contour Beauty Sponge. It has the 2 sides of the flat top, which is really nice because you can use one side for concealer and the other side for foundation application. But then recently I got one that is really stiff, and it just kind of lost my interest using the Morphe sponge, but I don't want to just toss it away because of the sponge is too stiff, but I haven't used it enough to toss it away, so I just kind of just leave it there in my vanity. So I just went ahead and want to try out the L sponge, and I did heard good things about this sponge. That's why I went ahead and purchased it at Target. And this sponge, I have to say, is different than the Morphe sponge because of the pore size, if that makes sense. So this pore size, I feel like is bigger than the Morphe sponge. It absorbs a little bit more of a foundation than the Morphe sponge and is harder to clean, I have to say, but I still like it, don't get me wrong. Because when you wash this with your soap, it does get into the sponge because of the pore size. It absorbs everything. So you have to go out and rinse it a few more times, squeeze all that soap out before using your foundation or your makeup. And this is the only downside. But then the pore size, when I compare this with the Beauty Blender, the Beauty Blender is a lot bigger of a pore size. It did absorb a lot more of a foundation than the L sponge. So these are the little reference of how it compared them side to side. But I personally like the shape of this and also how big the application compared to the Morphe one. Okay, now moving on to the last beauty item that I've been loving this month, and I didn't mention this item on my channel because I was gone in the month of June. So this is the Huda Beauty Tantour Contour and Bronzer Cream. I got this in the shade Number Fair. I heard a lot of people talk about this bronzer and I was like, I do have a lot of cream contour in my house and I'm trying to finish up the makeup item, but I just heard a lot of good things about this. And even though my skin type with the fair is a little too dark, I would say, but I can still work it out and I can just easily buff it out with my setting powder. But I just really like the formula on this, and I like how it gives me a very slim looking on the face. Or sometimes I don't even put blush on top of the face. I feel like the bronzer, it blends very nicely. I don't even need a blush. So this is the reason that I've been loving this bronzer, and I feel like this is a really nice shade. It's not too warm, it's not too orange, even though the fair is a little tanner than what I thought it would be. I'm more of a light to light medium skin tone. With the fair, it's still a little too dark, but I can still work it out. So the way I like to use this cream contour is using this kind of angle brush. This is the brush from Sonia Kashuk in number 17, but I think they already discontinued this line. You have to be really careful about this cream contour. You don't want to just over using this product because they're very pigmented. So I usually just dab it once very lightly and then make sure it gets to the tip of the brush head, and I would just go over this side of the face, and then the rest of the product I will go over this side of the face, and make sure you have to blend very nicely because again, this product is a little pigmented and you don't want to apply way too much of bronzer that you can get out of your face. Then you have to do your makeup over again. So this is a little tricky to use. I feel like you have to have more experience with using a makeup item to be able to use this. If you're a new beginner in makeup, I don't recommend this because it is a little harder to use the right amount to blend in to make sure it doesn't over apply to your face. But then again, I really like the formula on this. It does blend very nicely. It blends like a powder. It doesn't blend like a cream, so it's very easy to blend with a brush. I highly recommend using a brush for your application. Okay, now moving on to some skincare item that I've been loving this month, and actually I've been using this item for a few months now, but now that I'm safe to say these are that item that I've been loving. So this is a moisturizer that it comes with SPF. So this is an Asian brand. I believe this is from Japan, but I believe you can purchase this online, YesStyle or Yummy Buy, anything. I will just leave it down below in the description box. So with my lack of Japanese knowledge, I believe this is called Koi Gokujin brand. I'm not sure, but this is what it says on top. And this comes with the SPF 50 plus and PA 4 plus. And I have to say this moisturizer, it just comes in really handy because on a daily basis in my morning routine, when I put on my serums, everything on top, and then I have to lock in that serum with the moisturizer on top, and then I have to put on a sunscreen on top, and there's just a lot of layer before applying your foundation. Sometimes it balls up if your foundation doesn't match with the sunscreen or your sunscreen doesn't match with the moisturizer. It just gives me a headache on try to match on the sunscreen with the moisturizer sometimes. So that's just really annoying to kind of just mix and match with what you have in your skincare collection. But this one is 2-in-1. It comes in handy. I just have to put on this in the morning time and then I can go in with my foundation. I don't have to layer a whole bunch of stuff, my skincare on top before the foundation. It doesn't balls up on the foundation that I use. So I would say I do have oily skin in the summertime and more of a dry skin during the winter time, but then it works both. I feel like in the summertime it still works for me. It doesn't get me very oily, and during the winter time I might need something more on top, but this one it still works during that time. So it's a perfect sunscreen for me, and it does come in a really big jar. I have to say 90 grams of a product, and this would last you about, I'll say, if you're using alone, it might last you about 6 months, but I'm using with my boyfriend, so it lasts me about like a 4 months time mark. But I have to say it's really worth the price. It comes in a big jar and you guys can tell I'm almost out of it. So moving on to the next item, I actually heard a friend talk about this and she loves it, so I purchased it on Sephora myself to try this out. So this is the Caudalie Micellar Cleansing Water, moisturizing organic grade water and soothing chamomile, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but this is the micellar water that a lot of you are very familiar with it. I used to love Bioderma. I'm still using it. I have a giant bottle. I'm trying to finish it up, but I want to try this out because she said this is something that even though you remove your makeup, you clean your face, and then you use this product on a cotton pad, when you go over your face, you guys can still see the dirt on the cotton pad, which means this item, it will cleanse you very well. You can just use this by itself, but I personally just like using this as a second or third cleanse on my face if I have makeup on, and I feel like this just cleans up my face because of how crazy that you see your makeup is off, you clean your face, and then you go in with this, you still see the dirt on the cotton pad, and I feel like this cleans very well. It kind of just cleans up my pores because I do produce more of a whiteheads and blackheads more often during the summertime because my oily skin, it just kind of produces all this junky stuff on top of the face. And I feel like going through with this micellar water, you can see all the dirt comes out of the cotton pad. That's how clean this micellar water, it helps me to clear out my skin and you don't feel tinglish. It's just a very mild micellar water that you want to use it as a second or third clean. So I highly recommend you guys to try this out if you guys have more of an oily skin like I do and you guys want to make sure that all the makeup and dirt on your oil produced on your face is off on your face before you go to bed. So last but not least, this is something that I've been repurchasing again and again. This is the Dove Go Fresh Pear and Aloe Vera Scent Body Wash, and it has sulfate free, which is awesome. And the reason I like this is because I feel clean after using this, and also the main reason I purchased this because of the scent. The scent of this, oh my gosh, you guys have to go in store, in Target or any drugstore to see if they comes in this, and you guys have to smell this. But I have to say the scent of this is more like a girly scent because it's more of a fruity side, but this scent, it lingers when you take a shower before you go to bed and you still smell it in your bed, and it just, how nice the scent is. I don't know how to explain the scent, but I just love this scent. Like my boyfriend, he compliments about this scent, and then I have friends that use this and they love it. So I highly recommend go in store and try this out or just smell it to see if you like it. And this is already my third bottle, so this is how much I love this drugstore. It's affordable kind of body wash. Okay guys, so that's all my favorite item in this month in June. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. If you guys do, please give me a big thumbs up and also subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.